Greetings, respected viewers. I'm George from Ireland, and I'm standing in front of the British Museum. Now, its name is perhaps a misnomer, since of the 8 million artifacts in the said museum, very, very few of them are British. I would like to say none, but that would be exaggerating just a little. So it's got items from as far afield as Australia, as Chile, and so forth. And it was founded in 1753, largely by Sir Hans Sloane, who was a renowned Irish doctor and scientist resident here in London. And Sloane's house was just that away, not a 5-minute walk, but it's currently being renovated. So Sloane was born in 1660, if memory serves. I think it was part of his bequest in Killaloe, County Down. The only other famous person to come from Killaloe was John Cushnie, or John Cushnie, you might pronounce it, the man who was perhaps the most respected guard in the British Isles and a radio personality. So anyway, he's with us no more. But Sloane became one of the most successful doctors in the Three Kingdoms and collected so many items because he was a bit of a polymath and left them in his will. And this museum was set up, the first public museum of its kind. And you can see the classical influence. Obviously, it's like a Grecian temple, and you see above where my finger is the various figures carved in there. So go inside. There are 94 galleries, and you'll see mummies from ancient Egypt. You can see reconstructed mausolea from the Near East, what would have really been ancient Greece. The Elgin marbles, which were taken from Athens by the Earl of Elgin. Athens was then part of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman authorities really didn't value Hellenistic heritage whatsoever and said, fine, you can take them. They're up there in the Acropolis, as in the upper city, and the place is being used as an ammunition dump, so it could easily have been blown up. Bear in mind there was a Greek nationalist uprising at the time, and they might have blown it up just to deprive the enemy of ammunition. You might say, would they really blown up some of their heritage? Well, if that made the difference to becoming independent, then they might have even have done it. Anyways, they're taken back here. And now it's a contentious issue, and the Greeks are often asking for it back, but I won't go into it. So many artifacts have come from other parts of the world. There are many Chinese treasures that were taken here in 1860 when the United Kingdom and France were at war against China. Some of them were removed from Beijing, plundered, as many say, should they go back. But anyway, the museum's position is, rightly or wrongly, they are here now. They looked after very well, and it's just a world centre for study. And there's so many other museums around the same, otherwise museums would pretty soon be empty. Sometimes these things were just found, not those particular Chinese artifacts, but sometimes things like, say, in Egypt, have been abandoned for millennia and nobody valued them. And certainly hardcore Muslims didn't really appreciate their pagan heritage. Sometimes things were purchased, but it's debatable. You'd have to look into the provenance of each item. Sometimes it changed hands several times before it came to the United Kingdom, or indeed it was in the UK before it came to these galleries. So queue up is airport-style security to get in, and it's incredibly popular, as you can see, this time of year. Obviously open 7 days a week. It's free of charge, which is appealing to many, but there's sometimes a special exhibition for which you have to pay. There are cafes in there, so it's enormous. I mean, one whole day still wouldn't even do it justice. So I suggest you're selective, do your homework, decide what you want to visit. It's on Museum Street, makes it easy to find. Closest to, let me see, Holborn Tube Station, or indeed Tottenham Court Road Tube Station is not so far away. And there are plenty of cafes, restaurants, bookshops around here. So that's a little bit from the British Museum. Highly worth paying a visit to, and decide which section of it what you want to see. You can't see everything, which part of the world, which centuries you like to look at. Right, I'll switch it off now.